Number 7. Goldfish memory myth. For years, people have joked about goldfish having a memory of just 3 seconds. Teachers repeat it, parents repeat it, even cartoons repeat it. It became one of those facts nobody questions. But scientists decided to test it, and what they found was shocking. Researchers trained goldfish to push a lever to get food. Then they stopped the training for weeks. When they returned, the goldfish remembered exactly what to do. Some studies showed goldfish can remember routes, recognize faces, and learn routines for months, not seconds. So the myth wasn't just wrong, it was completely backwards. And here's where it gets interesting. We didn't just misunderstand fish. We turned that myth into a way of judging people. When someone forgets something, we say, "You have a goldfish memory." But memory doesn't work like that. Your brain remembers what it believes is important. If something feels boring, stressful, or meaningless, your brain quietly deletes it to save energy. That means forgetting isn't a sign of weakness. It's often a sign of priorities. And once you realize that, you start questioning something deeper. If something this simple was wrong for decades, what other facts have we been carrying without proof? Because the next one shaped how millions of people see their own personality. Number 6. Left brain versus right brain. You've probably said this before. I'm not creative, I'm more logical. Or, I'm not good with numbers, I'm right-brained. It sounds scientific, it sounds official, and it gives people a neat little box to put themselves in. But modern neuroscience has completely destroyed this idea. Brain scans show that both sides of your brain are constantly working together. When you read a sentence, solve a problem, listen to music, or make a decision, signals are moving across both hemispheres at lightning speed. There is no creative side running alone. There is no logical side working by itself. Your brain is a team, not two separate players. Yet this myth quietly limits people every day. A student who believes they're not creative might never try drawing or writing. An employee who thinks they're not logical might avoid leadership roles or financial decisions. Not because they lack ability, but because they accepted a label. And labels are powerful. Once you believe something about yourself, your brain starts acting in ways that prove it true. That's how false ideas turn into real limits. But the next myth might be the most famous one of all, and it's been repeated in movies, classrooms, and motivational speeches for decades. Number 5. We use only 10%. This is the kind of fact that sounds exciting the moment you hear it. Humans only use 10% of their brains. It feels mysterious. It feels hopeful. Like there's a hidden superpower waiting inside you. That's why people love this idea, but science tells a completely different story. Brain imaging technology shows that almost every part of your brain becomes active during the day. Different areas handle different tasks. Movement, emotions, memory, attention, imagination. Even when you're resting, your brain is still busy. In fact, your brain uses about 20% of your body's energy, even though it's only a small part of your body. That would be impossible if 90% of it were sitting unused. And here's the part most people never think about. If we truly used only 10% of our brain, then damage to the other 90% wouldn't matter. But doctors know that even tiny injuries to the brain can affect speech, memory, personality, or movement. So the myth survives for one simple reason. People want to believe success is hidden somewhere inside them, waiting to be unlocked instantly. But the real truth is less magical and far more powerful. You're already using your full brain. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary people isn't how much brain they use, it's how consistently they train it. And the next belief on this list is even more dangerous because it affects how we judge effort, intelligence, and success every single day. Number 4, hard work always pays. This is one of the most comforting beliefs we grow up with. Work hard, stay loyal, keep pushing. And success will eventually come. It sounds fair. It sounds moral. But reality is more complicated. Hard work is important, but it's not a guarantee. You can work harder than everyone around you and still stay stuck if you're working in the wrong direction. Two people can put in the same effort. One learns, adapts, and improves. The other repeats the same routine every day. One grows, the other burns out. Success doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards the right effort, applied in the right direction. And once you understand that, you stop asking, how hard am I working? You start asking, am I working on the right thing? Number 3, talent beats practice. You've probably looked at someone successful and thought, they're just naturally gifted. They were born talented. It feels logical, but most high performers weren't born extraordinary. They practiced longer, failed more often, and stayed consistent when others quit. Musicians repeat the same notes thousands of times. Athletes train daily for years before anyone notices them. Talent might open the door, but practice is what keeps it open. And here's the dangerous part. When you believe talent matters more than effort, you stop trying early. You say things like, I'm just not good at this. But skill is rarely about talent. It's about repetition, patience, and refusing to quit. The people who look talented today are usually the ones who didn't give up yesterday. Number 2, confidence comes first. Most people think confidence is the starting point. They believe confident people succeed because they feel sure of themselves. So they wait. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel brave. They wait to feel confident enough to act. But confidence almost never comes first. Action comes first. Confidence is a result, not a requirement. Think about the first time you tried something new. You felt nervous, maybe even scared. But after doing it again and again, something changed. You became comfortable, then capable, then confident. Not because confidence appeared magically, but because experience replaced fear. And the biggest mistake people make is waiting for confidence before they start. Number 1, seeing is believing. We grow up trusting our eyes. If we see something, we believe it's true. That sounds logical, but it's one of the most dangerous beliefs people still hold. Because your brain doesn't show you reality. It shows you a version of reality filtered by expectations, emotions, and past experiences. Psychologists have proven this in simple experiments. 2 people can watch the exact same event and remember it completely differently. One notices details, the other misses them. One feels threatened, the other feels calm. Same situation, different reality. And this doesn't just happen in labs, it happens every single day. Witnesses in court confidently describe events that never happened. People argue online about things they both saw. Friends misunderstand each other because they interpret the same words in different ways. Not because they're lying, but because perception is not perfect. Your brain fills gaps. It makes assumptions. It protects you from overload. That's why optical illusions work. That's why rumors spread. That's why first impressions can be wrong. And here's the deeper truth. The biggest mistakes in life often happen not because we lacked intelligence, but because we trusted what felt obvious. So instead of asking, what did I see? Smart people ask a different question. What might I be missing? Because the moment you realize your perception isn't always reliable, you become more careful, more curious, and far harder to fool. And that awareness, more than anything else, is what separates people who grow from people who stay stuck.